Sarang Sachdeva from Goa Institute of Management, and we are at Ink Live 2016. Well, we have heard a lot of entrepreneurial lifestyle stories, and you know, this is the era of startups. But what's so different? Well, gaming is surely something different that Amit has taken a step for. That is Amit Hardi, our guest today from Newbox. He is the Chief Gaming Officer. So, welcome to the Ink Live today.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Hardi, my first question. Uh, People take this plunge for entrepreneurial lifestyle, but getting into gaming is totally different. What made you take this plunge, first of all?
Well, I mean, first of all, we were in the cushy IT jobs for a long, long time, and then at some point in time, we realized that we need to do something different if we have to really break through. Uh, and if you actually look at it, we kind of believe in this philosophy that life is a game. And if we are to correlate that with everything that we do in life, there is some sort of game design principles being applied to
Right.
everything that we do. May it be the schooling system, may it be, your management institute here. It's a perfectly gamified system.
Okay.
And if you want to get anything done from an individual, and if you apply those simple gaming principles, you will be able to get your derived output. Having said that, it's all those complexities bashed into this one small little format of a game.
Right.
What you see is just the interface, but then there's a whole lot of science behind that is at work, which is kind of triggering emotions in the individual.
Right.
That's what makes a fantastic game. For us, it was always this transition. We were doing the IT business, and we always realized that doing the IT business is going to get us to only a certain point.
Right.
Beyond that, we are just going to be a services company. Products was always attractive, but we didn't know what kind of products to crack. We did experiment with a lot of other enterprise products,
Okay.
but that's a very tough sell. You need to have a lot of things, a lot of basics, you need to get everything fundamentally right. But as far as gaming is concerned, it's a very, very different ball game. It's a very consumer driven, very, there's a lot of fun element into. Finally, at the end of the day, if the game is not fun,
Right.
you can do whatever you want, but the audience doesn't like it, and it's just out. It's a big hit and miss business, but then it's a very, very attractive business to be in.
Well, I'm sure, as in gaming happens to be an attractive business, and that's why you are there.
Yeah.
So you followed your passion, obviously, but being the chief gaming officer, how's the day like? And I'm sure everybody would love to know this because is it like playing games, testing on games? How serious is the business like? Because you shared a journey. We want to know how's the day like for you.
Right. It's not that we play games all day. If there was one job in the studio that I would envy, that's the QA team, because they're playing games all day,
Okay.
and they're just trying to validate whether the game, whatever, it's done right or not.
That's quality.
Yeah, that's QA. Generally people who are testing the games and all of
Okay.
that stuff. But then, see, for me, a typical day is like, you start off with we have scrums. We follow,
Right.
the typical, product development processes. But then what we are trying to get to it as that, if there's a particular game, we are trying to review what stage it is at, the production cycles. We are trying to benchmark that to competition and see where it stands. On a daily basis, we are just, trying to fine tune the game, because you can never ever get the quality right. You will always be, left with wanting more.
Okay.
So we are obsessed with quality. So the biggest punchline we have on a big wall on our studio is, it says create awesome. And unless
Okay.
and until you've created awesome, we're not going to ship it. With that philosophy, there are products that we have taken a lot of time to kind of get that quality right and then push it. Having said that, we are, I think, today, this is not us speaking, but then people in the industry tell us that, we are one of those premier gaming studios in India, which is doing some phenomenal quality of work.
True.
and that can happen only when each individual in the studio is obsessed with quality and is trying to get that pixel right.
Being a gamer, I love playing games, and a lot of students there are looking for such a career opportunity. So, what will be your message to these youngsters looking for something new?
So, first of all, I think being an entrepreneur is very fashionable these days. A
Right.
lot of people forget that it's not being an entrepreneur is secondary. Uh,
Okay.
Fundamentally, I think you need to kind of chase your passion. I mean, if you think that you can really crack it, uh, you need to kind of chase it. And for me, that decision was pretty simple because I've always been a passionate gamer, and I always knew that this is something that kind of there is a lot of what we see on the surface is not what is beneath, and there's a whole lot of science in making a game, and there is no secret sauce, honestly. I mean, it's a very hit and miss business, as I said. Uh, it you keep persistent at it, and you need to kind of try to figure out what kind of game will appeal to the audience that you're trying to
Right.
get to. But then, having said that, the biggest message that I would want to send out to anybody who's wanting to make a career in gaming is that, I mean, do it only if you're passionate about it, because there'll be times when you'll realize I'm in the wrong business, or I'm not doing the right thing. Maybe I should just go to the cushy 9 to 6 kind of a job and then just make a living out of it. But then it's a very demanding industry. Unless and until you figured out what you want to do and you have the end goal in mind, only then get into it.
Okay.
Otherwise, you would just have a fashionable title and say that, oh, I'm this gaming industry or whatever industry, but then being entrepreneur is just is just a part of it. It's
Right.
not the thing. I mean, that's not the end goal. The end goal is to make something which is substantially, which makes a dent in whatever you're doing, the industry or your uh, goals, life goals, perhaps.